I want to make a video showing you how to change your outside door handle. See if I got that broken one. So basically, this piece right here is supposed to be inside this center hole thing, but it cracked, and it has a spring that goes around there. Basically, it pops off. So here's what it should look like. See, it's got a spring and it's actually seated in there. When you pull the handle, you'll notice, see, this is how the handle faces. And if I pull it open, it pulls this down. And the way this works over here, so it'd pull that down. This will clip into part, I'll show you here in a second. So if I pull this down, it opens the door. So this little plastic piece right here, see if it shows up right there, I'm gonna just pop it on to this little rivet deal. Once you do that, it's very difficult to get that off. At least I couldn't get it off very easy. Also, you're supposed to pay attention to how many threads stick out of this bolt if you end up taking this off. In fact, I could not get the original one. I don't know if it's OEM or not. The only way I could get it off is leave it attached to the handle, and I just twisted the whole thing and unscrewed it. See these here? These are like 10mm bolts, and that's what holds that handle on. If you look at the back of the handle, here's my new one. There's just, some spots for that right there. And I'm kind of challenged because I cheated when I took this off. I'll show you how this comes off. I'll swing over the other side. So you have your door panel. This one's still on. It's pretty dirty, but there's a screw down there. You just take that screw out of there, and then you take that piece of plastic off. Right here, there's a screw here. You take that screw off, and you take this door handle off. Then I'll swing back over here and show you what it looks like. Your door panel, right here, you got little holes, and you just take, I got a little door panel removal tool. It just slides on there, and you just basically gently pop all these out. And then when you pop them all out, you want to make sure you put them back in with the door panel. So when you put the door panel on, you can just press it and they'll all pop in those little holes. So I think I can't remember what I had to do there. Oh, there you go. So when you're taking this off, it's got a little clip here. You just twist it 90 degrees off this piece here, and then you can just lift this off. So it kind of clips in and holds that. So again, look on the back of here, you just flip it, it flips around, you flip it off, and then you can pop that off, and that's how you get that handle off. And then you can take the whole door off, which I've done here. And from the inside, you can get to that one front 10mm screw really easy. It's the back one that you can't really get your hand in there. And I cheated taking it off. What I did is I just pulled it out and slid a wrench in, or a box end wrench, ratcheting box end wrench from this end, and I took it out of here. And I don't like that because I bent this, and like if this snapped off, I'd be hosed because I don't have any welding equipment. I guess I'd have to JB weld it back in. So somehow I got to get my hand in here and get that screw going while I put the handle onto this thing. And then basically that's all it is. You just put 2 bolts here, connect this to the handle, and you're done. So that's kind of my challenge. And I haven't found any good tutorials on how to do this. I'm just showing you how it's all comes apart. And if I figure this part out, I'll show you that. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'll work from here. I didn't want to have to do it this way, but I couldn't get it any other way. So essentially what I did was I bent that back screw out, and then got it hand tight, and then used this little ratcheting wrench and put that on. Now I have to take this little piece right here and clip it onto the bottom of this, which shouldn't be a hard deal. And then I'm gonna put this on here and attempt, hopefully that it'll work. This will tighten it in and hold the back in place, but the back's not really gonna be supporting it because it's bent at this point. see no other way of doing it. I did try, I was going to take out these screws here and then try to work with an extension through that way, which probably would have worked. But this bottom one was just in there so tight that I knew I was just going to strip it out. It wasn't worth stripping out, and I might have to go get those screws and stuff. So anyways, that'll work. And if anybody knows of a better way to do that, maybe this is the way to do it. But like I said, those are in there so tight. I put WD-40 and I could get the top two out, but not the bottom one. And so I'll show you this when I get it done. Alright, finally got it. Looks better now. Oh no, it popped off. Alright, finally got it. So there's two screws here. Basically I had to put the back screw in, have this thing hanging out, push the clip through that little hole here. I'll show you on the old one. Oops. You have this little deal here on the rod. There's a rod with a plastic clip that pops into here, and so you got to get that in there. First time I did it, I didn't have that in all the way, and I closed the door and it popped out, and I couldn't get it back open. I had to do it all over again. And then from this end, you can get at this 10mm, the front 10mm bolt really easy. You just have to put an extension right through here and ratchet it in and out. Almost want to drill a hole right here. If I ever have to do this again, I just have to make sure you probably wouldn't even see it. I was gonna say you have to make sure the door panel matched up just right and everything, but that's kind of what almost needs to be done. It's just a kind of a poor design on Honda's part. It's a little bit sad that they didn't think about that. And again, maybe you're supposed to take this out, but that's crazy. There's no need to have to disassemble all that. Shouldn't have to disassemble all that just to get to a bolt. But that's how you do it on a 95 Civic. Now I just got to put my door panel. Something I didn't show you before was you just disconnect. There's an electrical connector for your lock. You got to make sure you take that off when you're taking your handle out. So you take the screw out. Do that little pivot thing on the plastic deal. So take your screw out, the pivot thing, this should pop this metal rod off, and then take the electrical connector off the lock if you got power locks, and then you can take the door panel off. But this was kind of a bear. I finally got it done. Now I just got to put it all back together.